One thing we need for this recipe is of course our cauliflower rice. I noticed from what I purchased, it's actually more diced than shredded. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna put it in the blender for a few seconds just to get that nice shredded consistency, a little bit smaller. I think it'll just cook up a little bit better that way. So let's do that right now and get that going. Of course. Keep rolling. Probably need to use the food processor for this one. We're gonna try and do it anyway. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. Not happening. Not happening. Blender freaking sucks. Not gonna happen. All right. Okay. Alright guys, so that was pretty comical. I just tried to use my blender to blend up the cauliflower and it did not work out so well. So needless to say, it was not a Ninja blender. Anyway, got the food processor back out here. We're going to use this one again. Oh, look at that. Looks like a pancake. I'm glad that I added the cottage cheese in, even though it's not technically in the recipe. Last bite's the worst bite because then it's over. Welcome back to the channel and back inside my kitchen. Today we are going back into the Ultimate Anabolic Cookbook 2.0 and we are going to be taking a look at another breakfast recipe. Today we are going to be doing the strawberry cheesecake protein pancakes. These are loaded with protein and man do they sound delicious. Let's get started by taking a look at the ingredients and then we'll dive into getting the cooking started. Here we go. We finally have it, vanilla based casein protein, and we're gonna flavor that with some strawberry whey protein. Of course we have egg whites, xanthan gum, some rolled oats, and to give us that cheese flavor we're going to be adding in some cottage cheese. Can't do it without the Splenda. Our cauliflower rice. And of course we have our strawberries. So I bought some cauliflower rice. It came out, it was actually diced, so what I'm going to do is put that in the food processor right now. We're going to run that for a little bit just to get a better consistency, more of a shredded consistency that we're going to need for these pancakes. So let's go over and start that right now. So what we're gonna do here is just run it through the food processor for a few seconds, get it to the consistency that I think we need for these pancakes, and then we'll get back to cooking our recipe up. All right, let's do it. Hey, look at that, it worked out perfect. Our next step is going to be to add in the rest of the ingredients except for the strawberries. Already weighed out 45 grams of our rolled oats going in. Next up, what we need to add in is our protein. So we're going to be using a little bit of a mixture here when we make this. I couldn't find strawberry casein protein, so what we're gonna do is use this vanilla-based casein protein here, and then we're gonna add in some of our strawberry whey that I was able to find. So I've measured out our vanilla casein protein here. What we're gonna do is add in 30 grams of this. And then next I've measured out 15 grams of our strawberry whey protein, so hopefully this gives it a nice strawberry flavor. I think with the strawberry fruit that's going in the pancakes anyway, this is going to be plenty to flavor it, so we're putting that in. And of course, what's a Coach Greg recipe with a little 0-calorie sweetener here? We got 3 packets going in, so about 3 grams of our Splenda. We're going in all at once. Sure we get all that sweetness out of the packet. Oh, almost almost put a packet in there with our pancakes. That wouldn't have tasted so good, but we will get all the sweetness out. Today we are using xanthan gum. It does say in the recipe that if you're using casein protein, you don't need quite as much. So the recipe's calling for 1.5 grams. I'm just gonna cut that in half and we're gonna go with 0.75 on this one. Already have it measured out in our spoon here, going right in. And that's that. I have to say I'm impressed from the last video when I asked you guys to smash the like button and to comment anything down below. You guys really came through for me. Wonder if you can keep that trend going. Can we try it again? I got a question for you. Can anybody find the strawberry emoji? Take a look. Find it. Put it down below. Thanks guys. All right, so we are making strawberry cheesecake pancakes here. So I couldn't find the strawberry cheesecake protein. So what we're going to do is add in a little bit of cottage cheese here to make up for that flavoring. What I've done is I've measured out 80 grams of cottage cheese. It's probably gonna make these pancakes thicker than last time, but I'd rather do that than to have them not taste like cheesecake. So we're gonna add this in, a little more protein, non-fat cottage cheese. So we're not gonna add any more fat in. We are going to get that cheesy flavor that we're probably going to need, because if not, then they're just strawberry pancakes, and we want strawberry cheesecake cheesecake pancakes. All right guys, and next is going to be 480 grams of our egg whites. This bowl here is filled to the brim. Very, very anabolic. Probably the most anabolic bowl that's ever existed. 480 grams of egg whites going in. We're gonna pour it nice and easy because we don't want to spill any of the anabolic goodness over the side. So it's gonna be interesting. Probably should use the measuring cup, huh? Ah well, here we go. Huh, that went pretty well. All right, we have everything into the food processor. Now we're gonna pop the lid back on and it is time to start blending everything together. So here we go. We're just gonna give it a quick scrape along the sides here. We don't want any chunks of cauliflower in there. This is definitely looking very, very thick. 3 C's kind of thick. All right, one more quick blend and then we will get to cooking these up. All right guys, so I've mentioned before that when I've used our food processor here that I don't want to take it off because I'm afraid everything's going to leak out the bottom because there is actually a hole in the bottom of this. But we're gonna do a little live test here and see if I can transfer our batter into a bowl. We'll see what happens. It might make for a good laugh, but we're gonna take a look at it. Here we go. We're gonna take the top off first. It's gonna be a quick transfer. All right, and here we go. Gonna grab a spoon for backup. All right, let's see if we can pour this in. 1, 2, 3, go. Look at that. Whew, that is some goodness right there. Let's get all of it. These are going to be seemingly some massive pancakes here. Little taste test. Oh, I could eat that right there. I think it's time we heat up a skillet, get on some nonstick, and start cooking these because I gotta get to this taste test. Here we go. We got our pancake pan here. What we're gonna do is spray it with some nonstick, 1 second only, or maybe 2 half seconds just to make sure we get the entire pan. I did 4, that's all right. All right, so we got some nonstick here. We're gonna start this up. Low to medium heat. We're gonna let that warm up for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna start putting our batter on and making these pancakes. It's supposed to make 3 pancakes. They must be 3 massive pancakes by looking at the amount of batter that I have. So we're gonna try to break them up a little bit more and maybe make some smaller size pancakes. Be a great little way to meal prep. Let's start adding this in here, nice and easy. Got our ladle, got our batter, here we go. We just start adding in our strawberries on top while they're cooking. We're gonna try to get as many in there as we can. That went off to the side a little bit. A lot of strawberries, guys. It's a lot of pancake batter too. But we're gonna be liberal with it and just go as many slices on as we can before we have to flip. You gotta go quick because they don't take long to cook. It's only a couple minutes on each side at the most. And we gotta turn these over. And I can tell you right now, these are cooking up pretty fast. I'm only slightly nervous here. Working our way around. We're gonna take a deep breath. One more. Whoops, that was a big piece. Don't need quite that much. One more right there. Okay, let's give these a couple minutes to cook up and then we're gonna give them a flip. So these are starting to cook up really nice. They're starting to bubble at the top, so that's telling me that they are cooking through on the pancake. So we're gonna give them probably about another 30 to 45 seconds and then we're gonna give them a flip. And what we're waiting for, and I'm kind of checking as I go, we want the bottom to be a little golden brown before we flip it. Check. We're getting there, we're just about all golden brown. Let's see if we can flip these without making a mess everywhere here. Let's try it. A little loose in the middle. Yeah, if we make a mess, we make a mess. Here we go. Flip that over. Guess I should have done smaller pancakes. And we'll flip that over there. It's not going to be pretty, but I bet it's going to be anabolic. Let's see if we can get under this one. And we got another about 3/4. We're going to flip that over there. It's kind of like making French toast. Sometimes it gets a little messy. Probably needed to wait a few more minutes here. But despite being a strawberry pancakey mess, I think they're still going to taste good. Next batch, we're going to go a little bit smaller, I think, on these. These really aren't cooking up well at all. Similar to the cauliflower pizza, they're kind of falling apart a little bit. Possibly need more casein protein. All right, that's probably as good as this batch is gonna get here. I'm gonna transfer them to a plate and then we're gonna try it again with our second batch going on. All right guys, so I cleaned off the pan. I already hit it with some nonstick. What we're gonna try this time is making 4 of the pancakes, a little bit smaller. I think they'll be easier to flip, won't come out as messy. So let's give that a try here. Smaller is not necessarily a bad thing. It'll feel like you're eating more. All right, let's add the strawberries in there. All right, I gotta say guys, I'm a lot more confident in how this batch is going to look as opposed to the first one. We have our 4 different pancakes here. They're gonna be much easier to flip. I'm not sure how you would even make all of this batter into only 3 pancakes, but it is a Coach Greg recipe, so that we know there's supposed to be a lot of volume. So let's let these cook up for another 30 or 45 seconds, and then we're gonna give these a flip. I bet they turn out much better. These are cooking up real nicely. I think they're ready to be flipped. Let's give it a second go here. Oh, look at that. Looks like a pancake. Oh yeah, this is much better. Yeah, that's gonna cook up a little bit more. Disbursement of heat isn't exactly equal across the pan. Probably one of our issues as well. See, we're just gonna go for it. Ah, not too bad. Not too bad. Came out pretty good. All right, let's let these finish cooking up. So just for perspective, this is what the first batch looked like when we tried to make them a little bit bigger, and this is what our second batch came out to look like. This is more what I was expecting to see. So I think we're gonna make the rest of this batter just like this one. Gonna maybe be able to get 2 more pancakes out of what's left in the batter here. The thinner you slice your strawberries, the easier it's going to be to flip the pancake. I did cut some thinner than others, and I found that the ones that were cut thinner, those pancakes were easy to flip over. So let's give it a whirl. Oh, perfect. That might be our best pancake of the day right there. Boom, look at that. 3 good ones. Those are 3 almost perfect flips. Whew, toughest angle, tough. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Look at that. Just made my life easier. These definitely look the most like pancakes out of all of them that we've made today. So we're gonna let these finish cooking up. We're gonna cook a couple more, and then we're gonna get to our taste test. These are definitely the best batch of the day right here. They look delicious. That was the second attempt. Man, we don't even want to talk about that first attempt. What a mess that was. We'll break down the macros. I'll let you know how the flavor is. Here we go. All right, here we are, taste test time. Have our 3 different attempts at making these pancakes here, and I gotta tell you, they definitely, like a fine wine, they got better with age. So let's get some low-calorie, sugar-free syrup that we're gonna put on these guys right here. We're gonna put a little bit on each plate. Great recipe to meal prep. I'll flash up the macros for the total batch right here so you can see. So really you can divide these up however you want. I think per pancake it's supposed to be, if you did it in 3 pancakes, supposed to be 285 calories a pancake. I'm gonna try the first attempt. All right, get a little bit of the strawberry and pancake and wow. It tastes like a cheesecake. I'm not even kidding. That's really good. Oh. If you guys like pancakes, I haven't even tried these other 2. I know they're gonna taste the same anyway, but if you like pancakes and if you like cheesecake, this is a match made in heaven right here. Let's try one of our more finely flipped pancakes. Let's see, a little bit of everything in there. Oh, looks so good. See that? These are a little bit warmer too because they just came off the pan. I'm glad that I added the cottage cheese in, even though it's not technically in the recipe. So if you guys cannot find a casein protein that's strawberry flavored, I highly recommend that you add some kind of cheese. You could probably use a ricotta cheese too, that would probably work well. All it really does when it's non-fat, really just adds more protein. I feel like I'm eating a dessert right now. Let's try this plate over here. I think it's gonna taste the same, but let's see. Yep, tastes like cheesecake. Really good. You know, the fresh fruit makes all the difference. I think even if you just made protein pancakes with just any kind of strawberry flavored protein powder, yeah, you'd get a little strawberry taste, but as one of my buddies used to say back in the day, things that are flavored like strawberry milk or anything really strawberry flavored ends up really just tasting like pink. Protein powder tends to do the same thing. So having the strawberries in there, obviously it flavors it up and makes it more filling. And with the strawberries, there's so few calories. You can add so much. In this recipe alone, we had 300 grams of strawberries. That's a ton of strawberries. And the calories are so low, it doesn't really affect the macros at all. I don't know how you make all this into 3 pancakes. I got a lot more volume than I was expecting to get out of this. Once it came out of the Cuisinart, there was so much batter. I saw no way that I was gonna be able to make only 3 pancakes, which is great for this because if you look at the total number of macros and you divide that out, it's a great way to meal prep for the entire week. You get yourself a breakfast. You wanna change it up from that anabolic French toast, this is a great option. Really feels like I'm eating dessert. And I can't have all of this because there's over 800 calories in these 3 plates, so I'm gonna actually end up saving some of this, but I gotta tell you, it's hard to put the fork down. That's right, one more bite over here, and then I'll stop, I promise. Last bite's the worst bite, because then it's over. Oh. Cheesecake for breakfast, nothing better. So good. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Guys, I almost forgot. Buy his frickin' cookbook, would you?